Welcome back everyone to a new video, and in today's video we are going to be doing something a bit different. We will be taking a look at the BO6 save function and some of the quirks that it has so you can use it at its fullest. I want to preface this by saying a few things before getting into things. So first is I've only managed to do around 5 hours of testing and many of the things I'll show you might already know. Second is there are probably much more we can use the save function for, but I just haven't had the time nor the mental power to think of any other ways to use it. And finally, the things I'll be showing you are working currently at the time of recording. So to future-proof this video, if I get any information or I find anything mentioned in this video has been patched or fixed, I'll leave a pinned comment letting you guys know. So with that, let's have a quick little look at 12 things we can do and can't do using the save function, starting with more commonly known things, then slowly moving towards things less people I think would know. Number 1. As you might have figured out after playing Black Ops 6 for a while, you can't save and quit on a round that was already previously saved and quit on. This means if you save on round 20, when loading back in, you cannot save and quit again. Number 2. If you are low on health, you are not allowed to save and quit. So forget trying to save and quit after taking a hit, being low on health, or in a worse off situation like if you take it down, as it will not let you save and quit. Number 3. After saving and quitting, the game will save the state of your player from the start of the round. So when you come back, you will have everything as it was when starting the round. This includes grenades, ammo, guns, specialist, score streak, point, and salvage. And if you are probably wondering to yourself, something is missing from that list, you would be right. What is missing on that list is your self-revive. In the scenario that during a round you take it down and get back up, when saving and quitting and returning, you will have everything except for that self-revive. Number 4. This one is a really handy one and one that I enjoy quite a bit, and I wish I knew sooner. You are allowed to switch and swap the augments you are researching and the ones you already have equipped, making it so that when you join your game, your perks get updated with the newly changed augment. The best way to see this in action is with everyone's favourite perk, Juggernaut. As you can see in this clip, I start off with 250 health with Jug equipped. So I'll quickly save and quit, change my Jug augment to have increased health, and once we are back in the game, as you can see, we are now at 300 HP. I think this is a really cool feature as it means you can start with one playstyle and then change it if you wish to do so. Or even better, imagine you're on a high round and you did this before unlocking a certain augment. Well, not to worry, because all you have to do is wait until you have it researched, then save and quit, and then go and equip it. Number 5. On the topic as the last one, and this one is huge, when saving and quitting, all augments are reset, meaning any augment that has a certain amount of uses will be reset to its max value when loading back into the game. The best way we can see this in action is using Quick Revive's Dying Wish augment. Before saving, you can see me in this clip taking 3 Dying Wish uses, so the next hit wouldn't be active. But as soon as I save and quit, load back into the game, we can see once again that I still have all 3 Dying Wishes active. This tip is really useful for both Quick Revive augments, mainly Dying Wish as it gives you infinite of them. Number 6. Progress on level, weapon XP, badges, and more don't get reset to how it was when starting the round. That means you won't lose progress by saving and quitting. To show this, we can see in this clip that I am in the middle of a round and I'm getting critical kills using the sniper. Once I've unlocked the camo, I save and quit, and once we go to check the camo progression, we can clearly see I still have the camo. Now, this one is a bit more tricky to find a proper use case, but I've thought of one way that it could help. When it comes to the weapons in game, everyone knows there's damage fall-offs at some point. This isn't Cold War where every gun triple packed will kill at any round, and for certain guns, getting critical kills at higher rounds might prove more difficult, and with all of the manglers that spawn, it makes going for some of them very tricky. But using this trick, you get double the amount of rounds it would take to get to those damage fall-off rounds. So from round 25 to 35, there are around 1000 zombies, which will normally get you around halfway completing all the critical kill camos, if you kill every single one of them with the critical kill. And instead of getting to round 42, where your gun probably doesn't work that well anymore to get the remaining 1000, you could, on every round, save and exit, giving you double the amount, giving you an extra 1000 zombies. How practical is this? I'm not sure, I just found it interesting. Number 7. Now this one isn't really a fact, as it's more of one of my theories. So as I mentioned previously, when saving and quitting, it will save everything. This includes the player position to know where to spawn the player in. The thing with this, it doesn't spawn you exactly where you were. So we can clearly see when I save and quit, when I'm in the water, when starting a new round, but when I load back in, I'm on dry land. So my current theory on how this is working is it does indeed save your position, but when loading in, it has certain location points where it will spawn you in. Now, I don't know if this is all the time or only if it deems your saved position as not spawnable. If anyone has more testing or has more concrete proof on this point, I would love you to comment it down below. Number 8. This one is a bit more on the exploitative side, so keep this in mind. So as many of you know, when reaching a high round, like past 100 or something like that, the amount of special enemies that spawn in on a max ammo round, or a special round, however you want to call it, isn't capped. So it could take up to 15 minutes when doing them. Nearly double the normal time it would take to finish a normal round. Well, if you don't like them, all you have to do is wait until one of them spawns in, then save and quit, and once back in, voila, they've disappeared. Now this also needs a bit more testing, as sometimes at random, when loading back in, it will still be a max ammo round. And if you save and quit too fast, it will also spawn in a max ammo round instead of skipping it. Number 9. And now moving on to one of, if not the best trick you can use the save function for. This one alone is better than 90% of the things on this list, and that's why even though it's commonly known, I'm leaving it this late in the video, and that is that you can save and quit on a game you're currently playing, and if you are bored, tired, or want to try something new, but don't want to lose progress on the map you are playing, you can easily go and play another map, and as long as you don't save and exit on that map, and just leave the match, you can then go back and play the game you were playing before. As an example, here I have a game of Liberty Falls, and at this point I wanted to see what Terminus was all about. So I save and quit and hop onto Terminus. And when I was finished looking at the map, I was like, okay, let's return to Liberty Falls. And off I go, return to my Liberty Falls game without a hitch. Number 10. On the point of trying to keep yourself revived, you might think to yourself, what happens if I go down when my timer is super close to quitting me out automatically? Well, this happens. Yep, absolutely nothing. You still got to live with not having that self-revive. It makes you play out the game. And by the way, if you're not down and the timer reaches 0, you will be forced out of the match and your game will be saved. Number 11. Okay, but what happens if you really want to cheese the game and really want to keep your self-revive? Well, don't you worry, you little rats, I've got you covered. So it is true that the game will not save your self-revives if you've got them back up. But if you are still in the down state, all you have to do is force a disconnect. That, thankfully, Activision does count as an error. So off we go downing ourselves with a self-revive, and I quickly unplug my internet, and once back, it's going to tell us something went wrong. And do you wish to continue? Just press continue, and once back in the game, you'll see you have kept your self-revive. Number 12. And finally, the last little quirk that I want to tell you guys about the save function that I hope never happens to you guys, and it's something that happened to me on round 231, but you'll see that in my next video about reaching that round, and that is after you save and exit, or crash, or disconnect, and load back into the game, make sure you never crash again. Because if you crash on a round you have previously saved, it will delete your save file. And you're probably wondering, Darkly, how did this happen to you? You couldn't have crashed twice, right? Right? Well, I sure fucking did. Here's the clip of me crashing on round 231. So close to being the second person to reach the round cap on Terminus. But not to worry, I said, it saves the game in case you crash. So back on I go, everything is looking normal, I make sure my internet is fine, and back in I go for it to then happen again on the same round. And once I checked the save file, it was nowhere to be seen. I was devastated. But I hope you guys can learn from my suffering. And that's all for today's video. If I find out more quirks and things to do with the save function, I'll make a part 2 to this video. But for now, this is all of my current knowledge on this matter, and if you guys have any more tricks and quirks about the save and quit function, please leave me a comment, or in case you have a lot of information you want to discuss with me further, you're welcome to send me an Instagram and Twitter message so that we can get in contact and talk about it. And with that, I hope you guys have enjoyed these 12 little quirks and exploits you can do with the save function. If you did, don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, and look forward to the next video as it's an important one. How I nearly got to round 256 on Terminus. Bye!